Chat, it's story time. Who is ready for story time about me going to court? Let me set the scene for you guys. Let me get some good music. Okay. Today was going to be a very busy day for me, okay? Because I had 3 things to do, okay? I had 3 things to do. I had to get lunch with a friend, I have to go to court, and I had to buy something for the announcement today. Because I moved to Chicago, I have some friends who live in Chicago. And one of them was like, hey, Gappy, now that you're in Chicago, let's meet up, you know? He was an older guy. Like he was like my old speech and debate coach in high school. So I'm like, if you're in Chicago, let's do it, you know? So we had originally planned on getting lunch January 7th at 12 p.m. But yesterday, I realized just out of nowhere, I just forgot to tell him, hey, what do we call the guy? What's like an old guy name? What's an old guy name? Unk? No one's named Unk. Gary? Sure, we'll call him Gary. We'll say Gary. Adolf? No, it's not Adolf. Sun Tzu. Gappy. It's not Gappy. I would rather have Adolf than Gappy as his name, okay? We'll go Gary, okay? Not Gary, meow, but Gary. Squeaks? Nah, it's a white guy, sorry. What? Like Adolf PH. It's with a PH. Oh my God. What is the last name? It starts with like a C. You're fine, okay? All right, so I tell Gary, hey, Gary, I actually can't meet you at 12 p.m. I have court at 1. And he's like, oh shit, where? And I tell him like, oh yeah, it's in Chicago, like Cook County. And he's like, you know, I used to work as the Cook County, like as a Cook County, like prosecutor. So here's the first plot twist. Turns out my friend used to work for the fucking people who I'm gonna have to talk to in a second to figure out whether they're gonna let me go or not. So I just secretly randomly unlocked a huge fucking like bonus. Like I got a power up. I gotta stop using video game analogies. That sounds so cringe.
My life is like a video game, trying hard to beat the stage, all while I am still collecting coins.
I got a power up, guys. My friend's an attorney. But specifically, he's an attorney at the office that charged me for this traffic ticket, right? But that's cool and all. I'm not gonna hire him because he doesn't do traffic ticket stuff at all. So I'll just wait, right? I'll just wait until court. For now, let's just go get lunch with him, right? We go get lunch. It's a really nice place. I spilled my water, which was really awkward. But this old guy, Gary, he's like in his 60s or whatever. And I guess he was like, yeah, you know, it's okay, man. It's their job to clean it up. Like he was like, oh yeah, you know, it's their job to clean it up. They're the ones who have to be nice to us. Like, I don't know if he realized how much of a jackass he sounded like, but I was just like, okay, sure. So I tell Gary about my life. I tell him about I quit speech and debate. And then I eventually tell him about, you know, my current work, because eventually he asked, okay, well, if you're not doing speech and debate, what are you doing now? And I tell him about Twitch. So he didn't clean it up. I tried to, but he was like, no, get the waitress to clean it up at this local restaurant. Nicest lawyer? I'm not even joking. He is probably the nicest lawyer I've ever met. He's the only one who hasn't fired me, so that's a plus, right? Yeah, he probably is the nicest lawyer I've ever met. I used to work with him back in Washington State. I was a legal assistant. So for old Gapsters who really remember the Gapster lore, me and Gary, but really Gary, because he's the attorney, we managed to get somebody who pled guilty to murder from life in prison without parole to 3 months probation. We got a guy off on murder, basically. That's how fucking good Gary was, and technically I was, because I helped out too. So that's the attorney I was hanging out with, you know, kicking the shit with in Chicago, right? And it turns out Gary used to be a prosecutor in Cook County, the county where I was charged for my traffic ticket. So he gives me some advice after our lunch. First of all, he tells me 2 things. First of all, go there and tell them your attorney, Gary, could not show up and you're asking for a continuance. Say those words exactly. And hopefully when they hear that, they might dismiss your case because I'm friends with everybody there. And And I know everybody there. I know everybody who works there. They all know me. I used to be their boss, right? So that's great. Okay, I'll take it. Fuck it, you know? We'll take the free win. Otherwise, if something bad happens, plead guilty, and hopefully you can get something called court supervision. What that means in traffic court is it means it doesn't go on your criminal record, insurance doesn't find out, and you have to pay a fine. Like, you have to pay for the attorney's time, like court fees and shit, like $100 or something. So it's not a big deal. What do you even do? We'll get to it in a second. So I'm like, okay, good advice. Thank you, Gary. Any other advice? The other advice he gave me was, get a real job instead of this Twitter thing. Yeah, so he decided to say that to a friend who had visited him for the first time in years. That's great. Thank you for telling me that. Thank you, asshole. All right. No, do not W Gary, man. That's not a W Gary, man. It's an L Gary, dude. He was telling me, oh yeah, all my other alumni, you know, this guy's working in law school. This guy's a big lawyer now. This guy's working in Silicon Valley, and you're working as a Twitter streamer? Like, okay, thanks, asshole. He was like, oh man, you know, all these other people, they would be distinguished alumni at your high school. I don't think you'd qualify for it though. All right, fuck you, Gary. Okay. It's okay though, because I tip more than Gary. I don't know if this is a bad thing, chat. I only realized this after the fact. When they asked if he wanted the same check or separate, I had ordered a larger meal than him that was way more expensive, so I asked for separate checks. And he seemed kind of thrown off by it. I feel like I should have just said, let's get one check and I'll pay for it. I think I should have done that. That was my mistake. That's fair though. Yeah, I just didn't want him to pay the extra for it. I felt like it was kind of cringe, you know? We know. Bro, it's because I ordered a steak. Come on, I'm watching my protein. Okay, but that's beside the point. We're done. We're good. I think we surprised you had money. I told him how much I was making. I'm fine, you know? Like, I'm getting by, you know? I just got fucked by, the car repairman from Jorge. Remember Jorge's car shop? That story? And now we have to get ready for court, you know? Because if I have to plead guilty and pay court fees, that's like minus $100. So chat. Now I finish lunch and I head over to court. I had brought a button-down shirt, but Gary, the W Gary attorney, told me, dude, it's traffic court. Don't go in a button-down shirt. Like, you're gonna be overdressed for the occasion, man. Like, that's what like teenagers do. So I showed up in this shirt with a big like grayish work, like one of those really fuzz, like big work fur coats. And then I had this dress, these silver dress pants. This is from like high school, I think, or my first year in college. I was surprised I fit in this because like I used to not fit in this like a few years ago. So that's kind of crazy, you know. W, okay, the weight loss is paying off, right? So I park and I head into court. I need to get the right music for this, okay? And compared to the other people who were there, I was shocked. So all I know is that I'm going to show them my registration. I'm going to show them my proof of insurance. For those who don't know what happened, in January, I was eating in a parking lot of a Culver's. So fast forward back, that's what happened. That's what my ticket is, driving a suspended vehicle. I go to court, and I'm not even joking. Half the people there were in like pajamas and like fucking like wrap hoodies, like thug shit. That sounds racist, but I mean like literally one of their hoodies said thug shit. Like, you cannot be this stupid to go to court wearing a big ass expletive on the back of your fucking hoodie, right? So all I have to do to prove that like I was fine is I'm gonna show them my registration and my proof of insurance. My insurance is on my phone. It's all digital cards. And I don't own a printer, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll just show the digital cards. Play Konoha music for the rest of the story? No, because this is court. We gotta be serious, guys. So I show up to court, and there's a metal detector. I go through the metal detector, and the guy's like, okay, now you have to power off your phone. You're not allowed to have your phone on. Uh-oh. So now I can't prove to them that I was insured, even though I was. And you might say, oh, just tell them it's on your phone, you can prove it. Bro, people lie to these attorneys all the time. You think they're gonna fucking believe me when I say, oh no, trust me, bro, I was totally insured? Yeah, I was like an oh my god, bruh moment. I was like, oh my god, bruh. I was so fucked for no reason. Lil Pup can say 5 minutes about TikTok. No, I survived without my phone. The problem was I can't show them I have insurance, right? But it's fine. I'll figure it out. I'm suave. I have W Riz. I have Aura. I can Riz them up. Let me. I can't do this. I'm sorry. I can't do this. I'm sorry. Yeah. I check in with the clerk. They're like, hey, sit down. It maybe takes about like, there's like 30 people in front of me. It takes about like 20 minutes for them to get through with the people in front of me. And then it's finally my turn. And I know what to do. Like, I've talked to attorneys before. And remember what Gary told us. My attorney, Gary, can't show up today. So I'm hoping for a continuance. Or we could get supervision. And just pay court fees, like 150 bucks. I show up. Guy asks for my name. And he says, where's your registration? I show him my registration. And he asks me, have you resolved your issue with the Secretary of State? And I say, yeah, I have my registration and insurance. I was insured the day of. I was flagged by an AI camera. Even the cop didn't know I was being stopped. And the guy goes, no. Have you resolved your issue with the Secretary of State? And he's getting kind of annoyed with me. And I'm confused, like, I'm sorry, sir, what do you mean? And he says, well, the Secretary of State believes that you don't have registration, so clearly something's off. And I explain, I have the registration here. I went to the DMV and I resolved the issue. And at this point, I realize I'm about to start arguing with him. He's about to get mad at me. So I hear in my voice, Gary's voice, I hear Gary say, get a real job besides that Twitch Twitter thing. But then I remember him saying, go tell them my attorney, Gary, can't show up. So we're asking for a continuance, or if we can just do court supervision plus court fees, that would be great. So I say it. My attorney, Gary, who's not really my attorney, can't show up. So we're going to ask for a continuance, or ideally, if we could get court supervision plus court fees as like the basic fine, you know, like 150 bucks, right? It's only 150 bucks for the court fees. And he goes, I can give you continuance if you'd like, but it's not going to lower the fines. Okay, a little weird, but I can't take the continuance. It's a pure bluff. I don't actually have an attorney. It's just a friend of mine. I mean, he's not actually going to represent me. So then I say, okay, I'm down for court supervision. And he's like, okay, the court supervision is going to cost $750. Girl, what? I thought it was 150 bucks. The fuck? And I'm like, sorry, I thought it was 150. He's like, no, the court fees for like the fees for just running court is $150. The fine is 600 bucks. Minus 750 is insane. So I'm like, okay, well, can we at least get a continuance to figure something out? Because I'm going to try the bluff again. He says, I can get you a continuance, but just to be clear, your attorney can't lower the fees. There's no way I can lower the fees. There's no way I can lower the fees. And I'm like, okay, fine. You know what? Let's just go with court supervision. That's what we're aiming for. Let's go with court supervision. And he's like, are you sure? Have you already paid your attorney? And I'm like, no, I haven't. He's like, okay, I just want to make sure your attorney can't lower the fees. Okay. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I understand. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I understand. The attorney can't magically lower the fees, right? And he's like, yeah, no, we can't lower the fees. It's $750. And I'm like, I don't have a choice at that point. I'm not going to plead not guilty and fight it because I know technically I was actually suspended, or the car was. I don't want to risk it, and I'm not going to pay for a lawyer for a traffic court. It's like, you pay for lawyers at traffic court if you're having like a DUI where it goes on your criminal record or some shit, right? I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to pay the $750 because hiring an attorney would be more. So I'm like, sure, fine. Okay, if you can't lower the fees, that's fine. Thank you, officer. Thank you, counsel. I never got his name. I never got the prosecutor's name. I don't know who he was, but it was this like balding, like bigger white guy, like triple chin, more than me, right? He straight up looked like this at the, like, white guy, but with balding hair, you know? So this prosecutor fucked me, I guess. You know, he was not sympathetic to my situation, but he was like, okay, the judge is going to call you in a minute and he's going to confirm your plea, and then he'll give you the court supervision. Fine, sure. So I have to wait another 20 minutes. The judge calls me, Gappy, Mr. V, if you could come up. And because of speech and debate, I knew how to talk. So I was like, good afternoon, Your Honor. Reminder, you always refer to the judge as your honor. Don't refer to them as sir. Don't refer to them as judge. You refer to them as your honor unless they say otherwise, okay? I don't know why people don't know. I know why people don't know that, but like, that's how you call them. So I'm sure he was a little bit impressed by the fact that I was using proper courtroom decorum, you know? And he asked me like, hey, so I see your case, you're pleading guilty and you're asking for court supervision. That's the deal that you have with the prosecutor. Did you resolve your issue with the Secretary of State? And in my head, I was like, oh my God, he's gonna ask me the same fucking question. He's gonna be such a fucking jackass about it. This fucking judge, dude. Oh my God, dude. Because the prosecutor asked the same question. He was being an asshole about it. He was like, bro, you haven't resolved it, dude. Clearly the Secretary of State did something wrong. We can't lower the fees, right? So I tell him exactly the same story. I'm like, hey man, I didn't say hey man, but I was like, Your Honor, I don't believe there was an issue with the Secretary of State. I was in compliance the whole time. I was flagged by camera. Even the cop didn't know why he flagged me. But I have the registration. I was insured on the day of. There was no lapse in insurance. The only reason I'm pleading guilty is because my attorney, who wasn't able to show up today, Pat, was aiming for court supervision. So we were aiming for that. So we're just fine paying the fine. And the judge sighs and he goes, I'm going to reduce the fine. What? Pat? Oh, sorry. Judge Pat. Judge Pat? Pat's the judge's name. Sorry. I now can't click because you said real name. No, Pat's the judge. It's fine. Pat's the judge. Okay. Gary's the attorney. All right. Yeah. Don't worry about that. Gary, do you look at the prosecutor when he said that? No, because I was just like, what the fuck? He's going to reduce my fine. Okay. He's going to probably do like $50 or something. He's like, I'm going to reduce your fine by $300. Half off? Oh, okay. W. Holy shit, W. In the moment, I'm like, oh my God, it's a huge W. Like, thank you, Your Honor. Yes, thank you. Oh my God, I'll pay the $450, sure. Fuck it, I can do that, all right? That's way easier than $750. $750 is crazy. $450 is a lot more doable, okay? I can do that, I can try to make it. And he's like, it won't go on your record. It won't go on your insurance history. You're good. Yes, we're fine, we're safe, okay? I go up, I pay with my credit card that I'm trying to get mileage points on, and I'm good to go, and I leave, and I walk out. Thank you, W judge, all right? And then I realize the prosecutor lied to me. That prosecutor said it's not possible to lower the fees, and the judge just did it for funsies. That lying little shit. Fuck that guy. Fuck that prosecutor, dude. Why the fuck did he say multiple times an attorney can't lower the fees? There's no way we can lower the fees. We can't lower the fees. There's no way we can lower the fees. Why would you lie about that? My attorney used to be your boss. You're not gonna fool him. What? Literally updated autopsy report. Yeah, the judge came with the updated autopsy report, and it turns out you can lower it. The guy literally just said, fuck it, I'm gonna lower it, right? Because this is bullshit. Oh my God, fuck that guy. So I tell my attorney that, or I tell Gary that, and Gary goes, now you know why you have mandatory minimums in America. Okay, bro, Gary switches sides Gary used to be a prosecutor. He switches sides one time, and now he's like, yeah, man, fuck these prosecutors, dude. They're so scumbags, dude. Now you know I need mandatory minimums. And he's like, so who's the guy who prosecuted you? And I'm like, I described the guy like, oh, big, bald guy, white. What's a mandatory minimum? Some crimes, for example, possession of marijuana, require a minimum sentence. Like in some states, like for example, in some states, like if you carry 1 gram of cocaine, it's like minimum 10 years prison. And there's nothing people can do about it, right? It's because of the prosecutors, right? But hey, it's fine. We made it out. Okay? It's fine. We made it out. We're good now. So I describe him, white balding guy, right? Was this guy the prosecutor? I'm not even joking. Yeah, he did kind of look like this. Yeah, he did kind of look like this, only he had more hair, but he genuinely did kind of look like this. So, I'm asking him, like, do you know this guy? And he's going through the list of people, and I'm saying, like, no, this guy isn't him. This guy isn't him. He pulls up the picture of this one guy, and I say it's not him. Music is loud. I'll turn it down. Sorry. So Gary starts going down the list of people he thinks it is. And I say, hey, it's not this guy, it's not this guy, it's not this guy. But thankfully, when I paid the day of, they not only gave me a receipt, they gave me a copy of the court order, which confirms that, like, I'm not being arrested already. There's two takeaways from this story. One, I kind of pulled a Lee. I pled guilty, but by pleading guilty and by still reiterating the facts of my case, I got a reduced sentence. Lee went from life in prison to probation. I went from $750 to $450. So that's great, right? The other story is prosecutors can be fucking weirdos. I don't know why that guy was so adamant that you can't lower the fee. Maybe the reason he was so adamant on it was because his name is Ba. So I couldn't stop laughing on the way home, on the drive home. His name is Ba, the emote. My brain is so rotted, I kept laughing the way home because his name is Ba. Ba. This is the actual document. And then he's like, yeah, I've never heard of this Ba guy. Maybe that's why he didn't recognize my name when I said Gary, because I was not his boss. I don't know this dude. Maybe he's a new guy. I've never heard of him. And usually attorneys know everybody. They all know each other. He had no clue who Ba was. And that's the story of how I now owe $450 plus a 5% credit card fee, so like $475 to the Cook County Court. This is gonna go crazy on the Daily Dose of GappyV. Get female eunuchs to document this shit, all right? Oh my God.